After almost exactly 2 years of owning a pair of Sony FX6s, today I'll break down my rig build. So I'm going with the flow on this one. There's no script, straight to the point. First thing I'll do is do a super high level overview, front to back of the rig, and then I'll come once more around and explain every little part and piece for you. I'll leave all the links to parts in the description below, and here we go. So in this configuration, I have a PL mount in front. It's a wooden camera PL mount. Comes with this really beautiful bracket that supports it, connected to a wooden camera top plate. I've got the wooden camera zip focus here with some standard 15mm rods connected to the wooden camera unified base plate that connects to the wooden camera dovetail here. On top I have the stock handle here. I have a small rig cold shoe, a small HD monitor mount, small HD Cine 7. On the back of the camera, this is what I'm really excited to explain and break down, but just really want to share what I've created as far as a quick release system back here for a V-mount plate. It consists of a small rig mount built for a Teradek, a wooden camera battery slide, a wooden camera V-mount plate. In order for that to work, I have a Shape AC D-tap to AC power cable. I've got the stock viewfinder just connected to a 15mm rod on top, an Anton Bauer Titan Micro 150 battery on the rear. On the side of the camera, I have this bright tangerine accessory plate with tentacle sync bracket, timecode generator, Teradek with wooden camera V-mount brackets. I've got some nice Allen cables organized here, and that's it. So if you got everything, great. If you didn't get everything, let's get more specific. So at the front of the camera, I have this wooden camera PL mount. Obviously, if you're gonna run E-mount stuff or whatever else, you're gonna not need an adapter or have your own adapters. What's great about this wooden camera adapter system, or PL mount specifically, is that it comes with this collar which bolts to the top cheese plate. It's absolutely bulletproof. It supports it entirely with no need for lens support. And I really wish they made more collars for more things like the Sigma MC11 or other dummy EF mount adapters. If I took this PL mount off, there are most actually smaller Sony E-mount lenses that just fit inside there and you actually don't have to remove the collar at all. But some lenses that are bigger, you just have to remove the collar. It's super simple. There's just 2 screws in the front. This is the wooden camera zip focus. It's my favorite lightweight, simple, easy follow focus connected to just any old standard 15mm rods. I think these are 12 inches into the wooden camera unified base plate. I love this base plate for a number of different reasons, but there's a top release. So if I unscrew this, I could take the entire camera off of the rails, leaving the rails entirely. And then on the other side of the camera, the red switch here is the dovetail loosener or adjustment. So loosening that, I can adjust my counterbalance on the dovetail. Wooden camera top plate, standard stock top handle. Quickly, if you don't like this top handle or you don't really need XLR inputs and you just want something stronger and more robust, I recommend this wooden camera master top handle. It fits perfectly into that slot, and I'll use it whenever I don't need my XLRs and I want a stronger, more rigid build, maybe easy rigging with a heavier lens. This is a beautiful accessory to add in there. This is a small rig cold shoe. Cold shoes can be added anywhere. They just allow for a cold shoe to be added anywhere. This is a small rig monitor mount. I'm pretty sure this only came with the Action 5, and they don't sell them separately, but I think they should. If you can't find them, other manufacturers make monitor mounts. I've got Allen Cable, which is a brand off of Amazon. My favorite cable brand, Allen Camera, makes SDI cables with different angle configurations and LEMO, DTAP to LEMO cables. On this side of the camera, you can sort of see how this viewfinder is mounted on this 15mm rod that's just coming up out of the base plate, sorry, the cheese plate, and that just has a quarter 20 spigot on it, and those can just be found anywhere. Just type in 2-inch 15mm rod, you'll see them. Some people don't like the viewfinder there or want it at all when they're running a monitor like this, but I like having both. In the days of when I had an FS7, my FS7 actually had the viewfinder pins like busted up, so it was sort of like safer to have both monitors on board. I like it too. I can have information on the viewfinder, and then I can have a clean feed on the Cine 7. The Bright Tangerine, so I'm going to start unplugging some of these cables, so it might start to get messy, but that's okay. So this Bright Tangerine side bracket is really cool. If you are a side handle type of person and could never think about not having your side handle on your FX6, then just forget about all of this. But if you're like me, I operate from the V-mount on the back most of the time if I'm easy rigging, and I'd much rather have all this real estate on the side. So it just mounts from a little NATO rail here. It's a Bright Tangerine side plate for FX6. Gives you all this real estate. I have the tentacle sync bracket right there, and then I have the wooden camera V-mount bracket right here, which I love, and that's the receiver. The V is here on the Teradek, and that just goes in so wonderfully. I'm going to take some of this stuff off and start to break down this whole rear situation, which is something that I created for myself, and maybe you'd find it useful. So I'm going to take this viewfinder off, and don't worry about this hanging. Well, everything's going to be fine. So if you can see through the cables, there were two problems that I wanted to solve with this V-mount plate system that I made. Number one, I wanted it to be strong and robust, something that was built off of the cheese plate, which we know is very strong. The second problem I was trying to solve was I wanted a way that the whole V-mount plate could just come off quickly and easily. And we've got it here. So this is a battery slide. It's called a wooden camera battery slide. They make them for every camera. They make them generic, which is this one. And then this is a wooden camera V-mount plate. You can buy it in gold mount as well. So that's what this is. Battery slide, slides. That's why it's called a battery slide. It allows you to put it in whatever configuration you want. This small rig mount for Teradek is bolted to the top cheese plate, you can see there, and that's bulletproof. It's sort of this like NATO style quick release system where there's this thumb screw here and a plate, a receiving plate, or sorry, this is the receiver. A plate kind of goes in here and locks. And as you can see, that plate is right here. You can put on anything. So you've got your BPU here. This is a Castar BPU, which has a DTAP out. So if I don't want to use a V-mount plate or a V-mount battery, I still have a battery with a D-tap on it. And this whole V-mount situation just goes right in here and locks. And it's there, it's done. I can tweak it however I want, mount it however I want. But it's strong, like I said, because it's built off of the top cheese plate. And remember, the second issue I was solving for is that it's quick release. So this is the only workaround that I know of. I hope you guys enjoy it and utilize it and build it yourself. It's really fun. One additional thing you'll need is this isn't powering the camera, obviously. So there are 3 D-tap ports on this wooden camera V-mount plate, which is great. And one of them I use for this cable you're going to need, which is by a company called Shape. And I've used dual lock here to make it nice and clean. But basically this is a D-tap to AC power for the camera. So this hides in here like this. And then you have your V-mount plate again. Put our viewfinder back on. So that's the whole breakdown. I hope you were able to digest all of that. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I'll make sure to get to them. I'll share all the links I have in the description below. And yeah, let's connect offline. Talk to you soon. See you in the next video. Thanks.